You're listening to The Grind with Chromatics playing the best in TNT music.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, we would like to welcome to The Grind the one, the only Miss Melly Rose.
Hello. What happening?
I dare you to sing for the people and them.
Okay, let's do it.
Sing the big tune on them.
As I rise and I pray, thanking God for another day. Oh Lord, thank you for another. As I rise and I pray, thanking God for another day. Oh Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for the peace you bring. Thank you for amazing grace. Thank you for releasing me. Thank you for another.
Thank you for another
Thank you
year.
for a decent day. Yes. Thank you for a piece of bread. So with me, I want all to sing with me.
Right.
Let your blah la 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 sense shine upon me, Baba God, on me. Let your blah la 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 la.
I can't roll my tongue.
This song right here is so special to me because like after last year and so many people we lose, so many people go through so much stuff.
True.
It's just an honor to wake up the next morning. So every time, like my aunt, she has this as her alarm, and she said every time she hear it, it reminds her that she's alive. So it's just like a really special song for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to The Grind the one, the only Miss Melly Rose. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You tell me, you could start with this one, you could start with that one. I said, I want to start with this for many reasons, many different reasons. You know what I mean?
New year, new day. We here,
No doubt.
And gratitude and love.
Exactly. And we are grateful for your presence here today with us. This has been in a while in the making. And it's
I know.
Melly's like, yo, I want to come on your show. Boom. I was all right. Let me line it up the timing. All right, first guest for the year, 2022.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I was like in the other room listening, and I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like this station, what you guys are doing is amazing. Like I'm hearing new tunes. I'm hearing new artists. It's like this I'm hearing hip hop and some bad hip hop too. Like it's amazing. Like hats off.
Thank you. Well, that's what we shine the light on some of the hidden gems here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
That's our goal, and that's the goal of the entire station. It's our radio. It's not yours, it's not mine, it's our radio.fm.
I love that. I feel like everybody needs to follow suit.
Well, slowly but surely, we know you have a big following.
Yeah.
Right? So you will get all the people to lock on. And it's important that, we find out, because one of our mottos on the station is who's going to sing about us but us. Who's going to sing about the things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago, but Trinidad and Tobago people. You know what I mean? Right. So, to touch in and, But anyway, it's all about you, ma'am, here today. And I kind of want to get into your career. I want you to tell us and the listeners and viewers your story, because I'm going to be honest. I have only really started to get familiar with you, I would say, over the last 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah? Right? I don't know if I was doing a bad job.
No.
No. But just the name Melly Rose just started to really become a buzz. And, I'll give you a funny story. I saw traveling in the mall one day. Right? And he's like, boy, you need to be on Clubhouse, dog. I was like, serious? I was like, yeah. And well, Soraya, shout out to Soraya. He's like, yes, Matic said again on Clubhouse. I was like, God, our next app chat. You know what I mean? And then he's like, yeah, link Melly. Melly, she had the Clubhouse lock. I say, all right. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Clubhouse.
So give us a little story and how you've managed to sort of build this, large following for yourself.
Well, okay, so my following actually started in college. Before I became an artist, I was a writer. I was a ghostwriter for a lot of international artists.
Okay.
And
but all right.
Well, in the Afrobeats market.
No, but let's go back beyond that. I'm talking about how you get into music. Your connection with Trinidad and Tobago, and then of course you being based in the States and elsewhere as well.
Okay, so I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. I left here when I was like 13 because my mom lives in the States.
Right.
And then I went to high school there. I went to college there. But I started singing at the age of 7. My dad is a pastor. So I started singing in church.
Right.
And which is most people.
As a lot of our guests, you would believe.
So I started singing in church. And then when I went away, I went to Baltimore School for the Arts, which is the same school as Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac Shakur.
Okay,
and they went for theater, but I went for music. It has like
Right.
theater, arts, music, all of that. And then I did classical music there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I graduated from high school, I got accepted to University of Arts in Philadelphia. And they gave me like partial scholarship. So I applied for Morgan State, which gave me full academic scholarship.
Okay.
So then I went over and I double majored.
So you
in
actually
business
used your art
management.
to
and music
to help further your education.
Yeah, because
that's
education was very, like, for me, I'm forever a student. I always say that. Like, I'm always learning. And for me, I've always been like, if I want to do something, I need to learn how to do it. You know, so I went to school, I double major business marketing, and then also music.
Right.
And then I graduated, and then I moved back home. Like, I got a house here, and I was like, I want to move back home to become an artist.
And this was when?
This was 4 years.
4 years ago?
4 years ago.
Okay, right.
But before that, in school, like my second year in college, my friend, I wrote a song for her, and she sang it at a talent show.
Right.
And the person asked her, like, who wrote that song? And she was like, oh, my best friend. And then she pulled me over, and then it was like Banky and them. It was like some people from Nigeria, and my mentor, who's still my mentor now. And they were like, oh, we have like a writing camp in New York, if you could come through. And I was like, I don't know, you know, your parents always tell you don't go with stranger. So I was like, I don't know about this. But then my best friend was like, okay, let's go up to New York, we'll stay by one of our friends, and we'll go over and see what it's about.
Right.
And I went, me and my best friend, we went up to New York, and let me tell you, it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I went to the writing camp, and
So you were in Baltimore at the time?
I was in Baltimore. So we went up to New York, and then after that, I went back and I was like, oh, I'm grateful for the opportunity. And then they called me to come back again. And then we kept going and we just kept creating music. And then it was like in December, they were going back to Nigeria. They were like, well, we're moving back to Nigeria, and we're moving everything there. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity. You know, thank you for having me. That was it. Mind you, at that time I was working 2 jobs to put myself through college.
You were literally on the grind.
I was on the grind. And then like I was about to leave the dorm for Christmas, and I was really stressed because I wasn't sure how I was going to pay for my next semester, because now I had to like pay for a place off campus and still pay for like the dorm. You have to pay for like your dorm where you're staying and stuff on campus, so, and your books and everything. So then I received a check in the mail, and I was like, what is this? And then it was from them, from the writing camp. They sold some of the songs, which I was like, look at God. And then it helped me pay for my school, and it also came with a first class ticket to Nigeria.
Dope.
And then me and my best friend went over, and never looked back after that. It helped me like buy my house here. It helped me like pay through school. Like, it just opened so many doors. And then when I was graduating, my mentor was like, what do you want to do? You know, you're graduating, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, I want to be an artist. But I've always been scared to be an artist because I dress so quirky, I'm so bubbly. Like,
that don't make no sense,
but
man.
People judge artists so heavy.
That is that's the double-edged sword. You have to put yourself out there.
But that's so scary, because
the
thing about it, a lot of times creatives, if they get judged, they're not really allowed to say something. Like
especially in this timing.
They have to just take the bullying and then just swallow it. And me, I'm not good with that. I'm not good with that at all. So I was like, I don't know. But then I was like, I don't want my life to end and me not do something that I really wanted to do, which is become an artist, which is to become a soca artist. Right.
So working and doing, and so those songwriting sessions were within Afrobeat more so, right? Right. But then how did you start delving into soca itself?
I've always loved soca.
Right.
Like, every person who have interacted with me from anywhere in the world, I have spoken to them about soca.
Right.
Like, it's just like something that like, it's the type of music that make me happy. Like, I fell in love with it from Fian. From when I saw her on YouTube perform at Soca Monarch with her pregnant belly. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, such a strong woman on the stage, just like being amazing, you know. And I was like, this is something like I would love to do and I would want to do, you know. And like, it just was always a passion. But then me growing up outside, and then I was like, I don't know if I'll be received, you know. I don't know if I want to put myself out there, you know. And then graduating, I was just like, you know, my mentor was kind of like, this is a pivot place in your life, you know. You need to figure out what you want to do with the rest of it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna become an artist. And then I came back home, and which was my plan anyway, because like I have always wanted to move back home. My mom will always be like, you want to move back home? You have everything that you set up here. Because, you know, like,
that must be weird, eh? Like your parents who left here to find
and
betterment,
raise you and like,
and then you want to go back there when we leave.
You want to go back, yeah. But it's like, here's my happy place. Like, I go by the river and write, and I go and pick my trees, and I pick peas with my
You
aunt.
pick your trees. What kind of trees you just pick?
So my family live with, no, not pick trees. I pick my fruits. Pick my fruits from my trees. Yes. So like,
well, you could have 4 in your yard. I'm just saying, but
no, but my let me no, yeah. But yeah, like my family, like they have like land and they plant stuff, and like you know what I mean. Like I go and pick like when mango in season, and like the other day we went and catch crab up by the waterfall, and like those stuff is like priceless to me, you know. Like, so I was like, when I moved home, I even said that like the other day I went out to the States to check like on my mom and my friends and my family and everybody, and then I rushed back home. And my best friend was like, you're rushing to leave? I'm like, yeah, like I'm going back to my peace. You know, it's just I love it being here. You know, this is home.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Melly Rose, our guest here today, describing her journey, her grind, you know, to this point. So would you say that Trinidad and Tobago is amazing?
It is amazing.
So can we get into the song Amazing?
We can get into the song Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melly Rose, our guest here today, and I actually really love this song. DJ Trav, from the top!
One love, one love, one love,
Yeah.
one love, 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 one love. If one of the morning wake you up and your body not feeling good and the music is all you got, come and turn on the radio. Feel like you want to get away, like you don't want to go to work, but you know I never give you up. Oh, oh, cause when you're feeling away, remember, falling in love in my arms. Another hug, you're my one. Hold on to me so we can be sent from above. Understand, sharing it up forever, be there. So let me see you raise your hands, hands, hands. Amazing, let me see ya. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Melly Rose, get them second verse now.
Share your love now with your neighbor. Come will always in your favor. These small things could be so major. Amazing.
I love this song.
It is a vibe.
It was created because like I was looking around and I was like, yo, I think we're walking away from love from each other. And like I was like, I really want a song that just reminds us of like where we come from, especially here, where you can go by a neighbor and actually get a cup of sugar. You can actually like go outside and be like, yo, I need some shadow benny. You have some in your yard? I want to go and pick some. And I never want our culture to forget that.
No doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, Melly Rose. Let me hear this one from the top. DJ Trav.
Hi. Thanks for watching O.U.R Radio on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tap the bell icon to get notified anytime we go live or post new content. OURradio.fm, your urban alternative.
Yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the sounds of Melly Rose. The track is called Amazing. And madam, this is your latest release?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my last release. To release that on my birthday, November 2nd. Yeah,
All right.
because we did like a giveaway of food and stuff, and as I said, like this song was just to remind, because like in this life, like life is already hard. Just a little bit of kindness to somebody else could go a long way.
Yeah. No, as you was talking just now about, you could go by a neighbor and ask for shadow Benny and thing, I mean, I just want to tell the story because, it's a part of my country now.
Right.
So Christmas don't start for me until I drink a punch of cream, right?
Okay.
If I don't taste I suppose like early December, I suppose I don't have my first punch of cream. This Christmas come and there's no punch of cream.
What?
Christmas Eve. It's because my neighbor by the door with a bottle of punch of cream and black cake,
You see?
You know what I mean?
You see? Exactly.
Yeah, dog. And I was like, yo, out of nowhere. Trav, run that instrumental in the background there. Yeah.
You see, that's the thing. That's the beauty of our country. Like, you could say, you could be on a maxi and you shot $1 and somebody gave you $1. You know what I mean? We look out for each other. That's always been the case. And like with social media and everything in the world going on, I really don't want us to get corrupted by everything that's going on in the world.
Right.
Because our culture itself is so beautiful and so genuine. Like, it's something to protect and hold on to.
Yeah. No. So getting back into it now. So you decided to come back to Trinidad and Tobago and get involved in, or your feet wet into the industry. So as you said, you were kind of skeptical that they might, if you would be accepted or not. But how has the experience been? You know what I mean? And you are this is Chromatics show.
So I can give it 100.
You can talk.
Okay.
Right. The good and the bad.
Okay, so it's been hard. It's probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Because I thought it would be different. Like when you have a preconceived notion, I thought like, okay, so like in the African markets, if they see talent, they will hover around you and lift you up.
Right.
Here, I have run into the case, they see a talent and then they fight you. I've had like, I'm on a rhythm and someone like take my song off of the blast. And like I find out like my song was taken off from the blast from a bigger artist. And I'm like, damn. Like,
you're about to call on names, but that's messed up.
But I was like, damn, like, what did I do? Like, I didn't do anything to you. You don't even really know me. Like, why would you do that? So like, I've had like little moments of like, wow, like, this is crazy. But then I'm just like, I guess nothing great comes easy. And then it also taught me to like, this is what I don't want to do to someone else when they're coming up, And like, I always like, I even started like, probably like 3 years, I started a digital marketing company, which also like for local creatives, if they need somebody to put their stuff up on DSPs and like help them like with marketing and stuff like that, I help them.
DSPs being digital service providers, for those who don't know.
Yeah. But like because like with that, like with my digital marketing company, I work with my mentor, who is actually one of the biggest digital marketing people out of Africa. So like he works with like Olamide and Wizkid and like a bunch of artists there. So he kind of like taught me how to do it. And then I have like a few artists that I work with like in the UK, in Nigeria, also in the US. So even during the pandemic, I was just like, yo, when God bless you, it's to bless others. So it's like, indeed, I need to like do something with my people.
Right.
So.
But so boom shot going on. You've seen those things happen, but give it, highlight some maybe
great
some people, and some people who would have embraced you in the local market.
So the people that embrace me, funny enough, are the producers.
Okay.
The producers and the writers, like Kesey, Static, Kids.
Right.
Like,
well, that's a good thing to have.
I know, it's so crazy. And they're so fire. Like Kesey, I can call him anytime for advice on anything. Like, we would get on the phone and be talking about digital marketing. We would say, okay, 5 minutes and we're on there like an hour or more. Like talking about stuff. Like Static, he always like, Melly, let we do a tune together, you know. Then Emmanuel, rather, like, it's mostly the creative side that like has just took me under the wings and they just have my back.
Well, that's great. So for all who want to try and bad mind, you done. They must be watching that too. They must be saying, "Nah, boy, all these producers sending all these bad beats by Melly." And speaking of Static, is this song in the background his rhythm? If I'm not mistaken.
No, this one is Kid.
This is
Advocate.
Advocate.
Yeah,
okay,
Advocate.
okay. Yes.
Because you see, let me tell you something. Like, okay, so I would say this, like, Kid is like my brother. Like, I feel like he's helping me find my voice.
Right.
Because like when we get into the studio, the way how we create stuff, like it's bananas actually. We have some songs coming that like is just about like life experience. Like even Shine For Me, I created with him.
Right.
I was crying that day from losing my nana. And he played this and I started like just singing my prayer in front of it. And like Body Good was my friend who just had a kid, and she was talking about how she not feeling like a woman and sexy
anymore.
and she don't know how she will look in her costume. I was like, girl, you just push out a whole child. You're great, like. And I made that song so she can look into the mirror and just some.
So can we sing this song for the people?
Oh Lord, are we singing it? Okay.
So Melly said, if kids is listening to this, I say not children. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this was called Body Good. Melly Rose in the building.
Your body, your body. Your body look good. Your body look good. Your body look good. Yeah, good, yeah, good. Goodness gracious. Your body look good. Hallelujah. Your body look good. Goodness gracious. Your body look good.
Let's go.
Hallelujah. That body look good. Your body look good. Your body good, 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 good. I tell you what you want, and I give you what you need. I'll tell you every little thing on my mind. Hope you can submit and do me right. Goodness gracious.
Sing your tune again.
Your body look good.
Body look good.
Hallelujah. Your body look good. Goodness gracious. Your body look good, good. Hallelujah. That body look good. Your body look good. Your body good, good. Your body look good. Your body good. Your body look 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 good.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Melly Rose right here on the grind, playing the best in TNT music. And this one, I want to just sing this one because I find, this one had a little different edge to it now compared to all the other joints, which are more traditional soca vibes.
This one was also for like multi-audience. So like we premiered this on BT. So like we wanted, one of the biggest things is like growing up in America made me realize also like they hear things differently.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, when they say like give them crossover tunes, it's just basically like the way how you're saying things so they could understand it. Because I remember in school, like my first year in high school, somebody was like, this girl kept saying, where's Ann? Where's Ann? Like, and she's like kind of like getting in my face to like kind of bully me to kind of change the way, because she's like, I don't understand what you're saying. And that's how a lot of people consume music, in the States. They'll be like, oh, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So it's just like giving them something that they kind of will understand, but still being authentic to yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Being clear and but at the same time trying to keep your Chininess or Caribbeanness, if that is even a word, in it.
We can make it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so I saw that BT had a soca cipher.
Yeah.
Right. So give us. I believe you were involved in it, or
So how the soca cipher came about was me and my people at BT was having a conversation. I kind of was like, yo, like, we have a whole soca industry. Would you guys be able to like do something with? And they were like, that song great. I was like, a soca cipher, and they were like, okay, yeah, we down for that, and we did it. And now it actually blossomed into well, I don't want to say the exact date, but it's coming soon. A whole hour long of soca, like interviews of like speaking about soca, and they have like music videos and everything gonna show for an hour long on BET, running for like a rotation.
Right. That's what's up. Big moves.
Well, it's about the thing about it. No opportunities come without somebody opening a door, walking in, and when you walk into a room, you should be bringing along people with you.
No doubt.
So any room that I walk into, I'm going to represent my culture and bring my people, because that's what it's supposed to be.
Nice. So we have more tunes to play. You know what I mean? She had requested us to play Run It.
But I am not singing Run It. I want them to full blown hear Run It.
Yeah.
Like I like Run It. It's actually one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, of your
like
own.
yeah, like not taking myself out of it as an artist.
Right.
Like Run It is actually like one of my favorite songs. Like I dance around the house listening to it. I would like go run listening to it. It's like one of my favorite tunes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Run It from Melly Rose right here on The Grind.
Rock out on your waist, rock out on your waist.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is Run It from Melly Rose. Yeah, that's vibe. That's really a vibe. That's
Thank
really
you.
a vibe.
Thank you.
Yeah. It have. I think we go play one more tune. We will see how it going. We go see 6:36. I'm 7:36. Yeah. We see how it go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But so what I wanted to get into is so you started to get your feet wet in the soca industry, working with producers, etc. You were in Soca Monarch last year.
Yeah.
Was that your first
ever? I don't do competitions.
Right.
It was Static that
Chain you up then.
So he called
For
me.
lack of a better term.
He called me. It was like, Melly, you should enter Soca Monarch. I was like, nah, dog, I don't do competition. He's
Right.
like, Melly, I need you to do it. I was like, okay, so if 3 people ask me, I go do it. Thinking 3 people won't ask me. So then, who was it? It was like somebody hit me up, and she actually sent me what's her name? She was on Clubhouse too. She sent me the application for it.
Right.
And I was like, I told her the same thing. I was like, I don't do competitions, you know. I was like, but thank you. And then I went to my aunt's house, and my aunt was like, oh, you enter Soca Monarch? You need to enter Soca Monarch. I was like, oh my gosh, you're the third. So I literally sat on her couch and I filled out. I was like, they're probably not gonna pick me. It's like whatever. And then I got the email. And then I found out I was the only female.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
I did not like that.
But you had to represent.
But the thing about it, I love representation. And especially with women, I feel like there's a lack of woman representation in the industry. So I feel like
You find it, Soca?
yeah. Think about how many male artists and how many female
I know,
artists.
but I find I have seen progress.
No, you're seeing the few women doing more.
I wouldn't say that. When you look at maybe
Yeah,
you're right. But like Nyla,
Right, a few women doing more.
Nessa,
Few women.
Jadel. No, but they've all sort of. It's like a new crop coming up. I mean, I guess comparatively, still is not as
like-
much as it should
like,
be. But
think
you
about
know.
how many men artists and how many females. It's like a handful, like literally. Like, and we need more.
Well, there's a lot more, but I mean, as I say, a handful is probably only a handful that are getting the recognition. So it's not.
Exactly.
It's not that they don't exist or they're not there.
But
you know?
how do they get their by getting opportunities and like Soca Monarch and other places, these are opportunities. So when I was like, I'm the only female, I even said that in an interview, I was like, that's not a good thing for me. Like I wanted to have multiple, because me going into Soca Monarch, I still was like, this is not a competition. I don't compete. I'm just going to go perform my song and I'm going to come off the stage, you know, and that was the intention.
Yeah, you see, what I learned is, well, funny enough, that was 2020. No, yeah, 2021 or 2020. 2021, right? It would have been 2021 Soca Monarch, which was
last year.
almost a virtual Soca Monarch.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the,
full with the
So I guess it would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't think it might have been as hectic. But talk about the experience.
It was
probably still hectic, but
I cried after coming out this thing. I was like, what did I just experience? Like, I cried.
Like, people, we've a lot of people have talked about competition and this and that, but I have entered a few times in different competitions, and I have gained such a respect for the artists who do this thing. People don't understand the amount of preparation and things that go into 5 minutes. It's like 5 weeks and
my nerve.
It is nerve-wracking.
I don't want to. I never like to say never, but in my I don't know if I would
You would do it again. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
But the experience is definitely a good one to have as a soca artist.
Yeah. But I also it also scares me a little bit because in this time, I'm telling you, soca needs unity more than anything. And because so many people have competed for so many years, it makes me fearful that in real life they will always compete with their fellow artists, and there would be always a lack of unity because every year they're so accustomed having to compete with each other.
Yeah, I guess it could be construed as that. I mean, but it's I guess it's how everybody sees it. But I definitely see where it could, bring some sort of strife within amongst peers,
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, it's embedded in our culture
to compete.
Yeah, from not just Soca Monarch, Calypso Monarch, Calypso King.
Everything is competition.
Bands, King and Queen of Mass, and all of that. You know what I mean? And so
But in order for anything to grow, it takes multiple different components to come together to make something grow. And just like soca or any genre, you need to come together in order for it to grow, because what your talent is not my talent. What my talent is isn't your talent. So imagine when two heads are always better than one. So imagine when we come together and we can do something great. And if you're always competing, you will never come together. You will come to the table, but you will come to the table to see what you can get, not what you can bring, and what the other person, for you and that person to bring something at the same time. So
I guess so. I guess a lot of them artists do look at it as a sort of bad mind thing when they're ready. You know what I mean? And who judge and things. Because I've seen artists go and complain to the judges and
about
things, and I've seen this in Calypso Monarch too. Go take the scores why they ain't get into semis and showing you the score. I was like, yo.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it last year?
Yeah. I tried my best to watch. And the show was produced. It was pre-recorded, essentially, almost, right? If I remember what was shown to
the day before.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, when I was there and I watched the performances, and some performances that didn't even get placed in the top 3, I felt like should have been in the top 3.
That's how it go, yo. That is just how it go.
Because I saw the performance and the energy, Pretty, for instance, Pretty killed it. He sang his heart out. He killed that performance, and I was very disappointed in where they placed them. It's he could have.
So it goes. At the end of the day, he had a great performance,
he did.
I think that's the it's such a big spectacle that it does bring attention to artists, and it can help you. It could help you go from one level to the next.
It does, because a lot of people got to know me from Soca Monarch.
There you go.
Yeah, they did.
What I mean? So once again, that's sort of double-edged sword, but how is always how you use it. You know what I mean? How you use it to your benefit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melly Rose, our guest here today on the grind. We're talking the things on them, and I'm saying, all right. I kind of want to wrap it up, because we going in long. We got joints to play, but yes, this song. You see this rhythm here,
Casey,
right?
Precision.
Yes, this is called the Turbulence rhythm. I believe there's Lyrical. There's Who else is on this rhythm?
On this rhythm is Moto.
Right? Moto.
Dev. and Teja.
Right, and Carl Teja, right? So tell us about this song and how did you end up linking up with the tall man, Second Star?
So I had this song probably like 2 years before it came out.
Oh yeah.
The instrumental. Where I went to the studio, I had a session with Casey, and he played this instrumental. I was like, "Yo, Casey, let me hop on this." And he was like, "I don't know until I hear the song."
Wait, being real.
That's always Casey, always. So I was like, all right, cool. So I sent him back something, and he was like, okay, he likes this. But then as I sat there, I listened to it, and I was like, yo, I can do better. And then I went back in, and this time I went back in with Kit, and we just came up with this. And then I was like, yo, I need a different tone on it. I need somebody that will bring something else extra to it. It's like, I feel like Second will kill this. It will be fire, his tone. And then I hit him, I was like, so Second, I have a tune I want you to be on it. He was like, let me hear it. And I said, he was like, yo, Melly, the song bad. I feel like I don't even need to be on it. But because it's bad, I go up on it. And he sent it back, and that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. This one is called Where I Want, Melly Rose and Second Star on the Turbulence Rhythm. You getting it like what we gonna do?
Yo, want me to sing it?
You want to sing it? It's up to you, you know.
Tell me what you want, the thing that you want, the thing that you need. Tell me what you want, give it to you rough, never get lazy. I'ma keep you busy, easy for your baby, all night, all night, all night. Hey, you and I nothing when the girl them. Drop on your knees when the fans them. The when them girl up man, I want them. Shaking a bit, ever that come. All that you have, you better hand them. Over to us, we command them. After this, we go make it.
Okay.
Hello! And what?
Okay. My sneakers, some shorts, and two and I'm outside, and a hat, and then I in the crowd.
Well, that is one of the drawbacks of coming back to Trinidad because you see the fete open all over in the States, eh?
But now, COVID is real, so
COVID
it is
definitely
real quick.
Yeah. Which is interesting. I kind of want to get into that before we wrap it up. Well, tell me about, before we get there, this had like a medley video, and the videos were off the chain. How did that come about? You know what I mean?
So it was Casey idea, and then he spoke about it probably like a year or two, like just doing that in general. And then when this project came, I was like, yeah, Casey, this makes so much sense. And then he brought in Steven, and then I brought in my stylist Kyron, and then yeah, boom, bam.
No doubt, ladies and gentlemen.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, it, as you say, it's, as you brought in a stylist, it's very stylistically done. It's pretty dope. It's called the Turbulence Rhythm. Y'all gotta check that out. As Melly said, also Dev.
Oh, I love
Teja,
that song.
And who else again?
And Moto.
And Moto on the rhythm. So y'all check out that. Check out all the new soca, because you consider that 2022 soca.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he dropped it in September.
Well, right. So there you go.
2022. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So check out that. So yeah, I mean, dealing with, like, we are good segue. We're going into 2022. We are in 2022. 3 days in.
We are 3 days in.
Right? But we in what was supposed to be the carnival season. Somebody who is very tech savvy, very forward thinking. What do we do? Or what are your plans rather to try and maneuver this situation? Because our music, this time of year is a very much in your face live presence, one-on-one sort of relationship we have with the music and people. The music is typically about the fete and the road. Typically, not always.
Right.
But it's the music force that powers these events. And now that there's no events, it's almost like, I won't say there's no events, who knows what could happen, but
right.
You know what I mean?
So, like, what I've been saying to a lot of creatives since the pandemic start, this is our time to actually take our music to the world and a new audience. We have the internet. We have people, there's people in South Africa, there's people in the United States, UK, there's people who don't know soca, don't know the creatives, don't know the artists, don't know anything about us. This is our time for us to maximize digital.
Yeah, well, that's what you have found in the pandemic with a lot of people, and I've seen it happen in Trinidad. If it didn't have a pandemic, it probably wouldn't have O.U.R radio. You know what I mean? And it's finding new ways to create and finding new avenues in any sort of field. If you're seeing people become very entrepreneurial, and I guess as you say, the artists now have to do that.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Everywhere else in the world does it. They do that and the live performances. We are the only people that kind of just focus on the live performance. But like if you say you love soca, you will want to share it, right? And we have our core people, and our core people, we need to start sharing it. You know what I mean? Like for BT to tell me I'm the first artist to premiere a song on BT Soul, soca artist to premiere a song, that was kind of insulting for me, because like, grateful for the opportunity, but we need more people on these platforms, because they have how much? I think it's 81 million audience that we have yet to tap into. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, this is a time for us to do something different. This is a time, and
that's what I was about to ask. How much do you think that the music needs to not change or adjust or tweak in order for it to become a wider audience? Or do you think there are songs like this in the back that a foreign audience can consume immediately?
You know, that whole tender rhythm that can go anywhere in the world.
Right.
We have the content, you know. It's just we don't position it.
We kind of start to, because of going back again, the competition, the festival, we kind of start to only focus on those songs.
Exactly.
And not songs that, as you say, the word position is a very important. And I learned that from my career, because not every song you make is for radio.
Yep.
Not every song you make is for the club, but there is an audience for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And that's the thing. But one of the things, and I'm going to say this to every creative that's listening, the things that you learn during this pandemic, please do not push it aside when we open back. Do not go back to old habits. Learn new things and add those new things to your old things.
Right. Well, typically I ask somebody to say something as they close off the interview, but I think that was great right there. You know what I mean? But let's close it off like this. I mean, what's next for Melly Rose? What can we look out for? You know what I mean? We've played so much music here tonight. You know, what can we look out for next?
So there's a few big things coming.
Right.
I don't really want to talk on it yet.
No problem.
But we have new music. We have new projects. Also,
what timeline we could look at? You have a timeline yet?
By the end of this month.
Oh, nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And then I think in February we have a project with BT, a soca project, with like Kes and Allison and everybody involved. And then we're just gonna keep working and pushing the culture forward and doing the damn thing as best as we can.
All right, no doubt. And can we expect visuals with the song that you're going to be dropping?
Everything that you listen to have a visual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every single tune you listen to.
Body Good have a visual?
Body Good.
I'm going to look for that. I didn't see
BT.
that. That's the one. Okay.
Shine For Me premiered on MTV.
Right.
Like all of them have
BT, MTV.
No, because videos. No.
She did. Melly was just, she just having a Kanye Drink Champs moment. You know what I mean? No, I'm just saying. I'm just playing.
Drink Champs.
I just played. Yeah,
I did. Who wouldn't? Like doing like something like that. Like,
nah, my liver old. My liver is like you ever see a punch drunk boxer?
Good to do like
Talk to Heaney back there, DJ Trav. Yeah.
You would do one? You would do. You see?
My liver is like a old heavy bag.
Maybe you could take wine and everybody else do. You know what I mean? Get local wine to endorse you.
We could do a doubles champs.
Of course. That's that's like my favorite food, like doubles. Just hearing that doubles went up, I'm side-eyeing now.
We was
Side-eyeing.
we go see about that. That people that is protest. I riot in the streets and things. You know what I mean?
$10.
Nah, that's craziness. That's
$10 for doubles.
That's craziness.
That's wickedness.
You know what I mean? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Melly, thank you very much for passing
for
through
having
and
me.
chilling and having a
you.
conversation with us.
Thank you. Anytime.
I think for anybody new listening, before I really got exposed to Nelly's music, Melly, I keep saying that, Melly's music on a larger scale, she just had an energy about her, and I think we've showcased that here today. You know what I mean?
you.
And I think that is what is going to take you further and further.
Thank
so
you.
thank you very much, and keep sending in music. Keep whenever new things are on the horizon, make sure to send it to us, and we will highlight it in the 868 Entertainment News. Because unlike other entertainment news, we don't talk about everything that's happening outside. We talk about what's going on here.
Local.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So yeah, send it our way.
I
Before
love
you go, the socials and anything you'd like to say, anybody you'd like to big up.
Okay, so you can find me on social media, Melly Rose, MELLYROSE, IG, Twitter, @Melly Rose. I just wanna send love to my people, everybody that tune in. I know like we going through something, everybody going through something, but we will come through it. We'll come through it. Like, we just try to walk in love, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, because you will get through it. This is only a moment in time. You'll pass through this and look back how you overcome. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Melly Rose. Thank you very much once again for passing through the grind, playing the best in TNT music. We ended it off with this one. This one is called Free Up.
The grind.
Hi! If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tap the bell icon to get notified anytime we go live or post new videos. OUR Radio.FM, your urban alternative.